Welcome to Midnight Notes 30, and John and I are here to welcome you, and we're going to start the proceedings. John, do you want to lay down a few of the...
Sure. So before we actually started, there's a couple things we just wanted to put on the table. First of all, there's going to be lunch today, and it's been provided so we don't have to leave, and I hear it's going to be very good. And we're asking that people, if possible, donate between $5 and $10 to help us cover for it. Actually, a couple of our colleagues have put the money out, and if you don't give it to them, they're going to end up covering it all. So we really appreciate that. If you could give me the money, and I will leave for New England, and no, I'll hand it over. So please, if you can do that. The second thing we want to raise is that this is going to be, as far as we're concerned, this is a public meeting. For those of you who want to know, is this a private meeting, a public meeting? It's a public meeting in the sense that there are going to be people here who are going to be recording, and people are going to be talking openly. If for some reason somebody is talking and doesn't want to be recorded, please put it on the table. But otherwise, we trust the colleagues that are recording this, but it is a public meeting. We just want you to know that.
I think that's it.
Okay, so before we start, we were thinking of going around, right?
Yeah.
What we'd like to do is sort of start and go around and have everybody just sort of give their names and just a very quick background so that people have an idea of who's here. Basically, how are you connected to our community or the community here today? And that way we can start from there. Right after that, we're going to start with our first panel. So could we start with you, Massimo?
We want to present Massimo De Angelis. I'm an old friend of the Midnight Note crowd and editor of The Commoner.
You're next.
My name is Manuel Yang. I'm a part-time instructor at Bowling Green State University. I live in Toledo, Ohio for the last 11 years. And I've had a lot of contacts with the Midnight Notes Collective the past 15 years. I was living in Austin, Texas. That's where I first learned of their work.
Conrad Harold. Known the Midnight Notes people for many, many years. Maybe 20 years now. Gosh almighty. I teach economics.
Colleen Oren, I'm a doctoral student at the Graduate Center, and I'm a close friend of Sylvia and George.
Elias Hernandez. Recently read a copy of Midnight Notes, and I'm a friend of Sylvia and George.
And I'm Silvia Federici, and over the years I've collaborated quite a bit with the Midnight Notes.
Quite a bit.
Who I am, and I'm Francesca. I live here. I know a lot of the Midnight Notes people, and I'm honored to have known them for a little while.
Since you were a little child.
Jim Fleming, a publisher of a radical small press called Autonomedia, a frequent publisher of Midnight Notes publications.
Luann Jones, also with Autonomedia, and had the pleasure of moving next door to George and Sylvia in 1979. So.
I think everybody knows that without Autonomedia, it would have been very, very hard for us to put our stuff up. So, thank you.
My name is Dara Greenwald. I'm an artist, and I've actually known the Autonomedia people for a long time. That's actually how I'm here, I guess. And I became familiar more with this last year when, with my collaborator Josh, we curated an exhibition called Signs of Change that brought in a lot of the ideas that are floating in.
My name is Jesse Goldstein. I'm a student at CUNY and a fan of Midnight Notes and all of your guys' work. So it's been really good with me.
Hi, my name is Andy Cornell, and I'm a student as well. I live here in Brooklyn. I've been reading some of the Midnight Notes stuff for about 6 or 7 years, and doing a little bit of writing on some of the themes, and started going to the class there and some other books and organized that, which has been great.
My name is RJ Makani, and I also live in Brooklyn. And I've probably read Midnight Notes for about the last decade. Been very inspired by the work, and am involved in
working with children and politics of care, involved in doing work around working with men around gender-based violence, and also have been a long time supporter of the Zapatistas. So there's many themes that Midnight Notes has entered into in many different aspects of my work. So it's really exciting that you're all here in New York City and get the pleasure of sitting with you for 7 hours.
Hi, I'm Billy Lean. I live in Brooklyn. I'm a medical secretary. I was involved in the Free Space Social Center on Long Island, which is how I know some of the folks from Midnight Notes. New enclosures had a pretty big impact on me, so I'm very excited to be here.
My name is Chris Vance. I'm visiting here from Toronto, and I bring warm greetings of solidarity from comrades who did not feel like they could successfully cross the border. So from Quebec and New Brunswick and Toronto. Hello from folks who wish they were here. I met Midnight Notes when I moved to Boston, the only time I had a full-time job. And which is ironic, because I learned about zero work and anti-work organizing through that. But anyway, the comrade from Vancouver, where I grew up, who signed me up to the Wobblies, was working a bit with Conrad when he was in Vancouver. So that was really the initial connection. And then recommended, oh, you're moving to Boston. Look up the folks that live in Boston. So I have a sympathy toward the old school national liberation. And it was fun when I first went to El Salvador and came back, that is when I met Monty and George and John, who, really questioned how also the Zapatistas were promoting a slightly different alternative view of liberation. So we started working together quite closely. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
My name's Ona Merkinson. I live in Brooklyn. I'm from San Francisco. I'm a teacher. And I was invited today by Francesca. And I'm really excited to be here.
My name is Danielle White. I'm a Brooklyn College student. I'm a history major, and I stole Calvin and the Witch from Francesca. And it's a great historical analysis on women and work, so I'm here to learn more.
My name is Prashant Anger. I'm a lawyer based in Bangalore, South India. I'm here for a year doing my graduate studies at Columbia University. The group that I work for is a group called the Alternative Law Forum, which works with a range of marginalized communities in India. Happy to talk to anyone who's interested.
My name is Malav Knuga. Live here in New York. I'm one of the organizers of a bookstore on the Lower East Side called Blue Stockings, which has been a site of great many convergences over the last 5 or so years, which is how I first met George and Sylvia and the rest of the Midnight Notes crew. It's how I became close to Tana Media, and also where I met some of the folks from the Long Island Free Space, Billy and Tom and Craig, who were here, but many others who were part of that space. And it was them who first contacted me and said, "You really got to set up events with these folks. They're amazing," and really been politics and life altering since those first encounters.
My name is Ben Curtis. I'm also based in New York. I'm a filmmaker, artist, and also part of a group and space and kind of ongoing project called 16 Beaver, and we've been happy to have George and Sylvia and some other affiliates and folks coming a bit more often over the past few years, partly because Malav's helped set up some events. So I guess I'm also a fan, long-time listener, first-time caller.
My name is Lucy Casson. I live in Brooklyn. I first encountered Midnight Notes through working with Tana Media on some projects, and met George and Sylvia, and have been reading your stuff since and talking.
I'm Abe. I take some classes at CUNY, and I discovered Zero Work back in 2002, and then Midnight Notes shortly after that. So I've been a fan for about 7 years now, and I'm a member of the IWW in my free time.
Why don't we go over here and then we do the layers, right?
John is
Oh, Queen Elizabeth? Okay. Sorry.
John Duda. I'm from Baltimore, where I'm a member of the Red Notes Bookstore. Bookstore Coffee House Collective, where we've had the privilege to work with Midnight Notes on a number of our events. I think most recently on the City from Below conference that we put together. Amazing. I don't actually know where I first ran into the writings of Midnight Notes, and I also don't know where I would be politically and theoretically without them, so it's really great to be here. And other than that, I'm working as a graduate student